At Christmas, I got my first chemistry set because my parents thought it might develop an interest in science. All I only wanted to do was let off rotten egg gas, which I did every Christmas day.
Most other days of the year, too.
A Hornby train set was the one to get. My brother's one actually had a light in the front of the train. We used to put a blanket over the window and watch it go round and round on the track in the dark. My brother had a great collection of matchbox cars. I loved them. But we were quite fickle when we discovered friction cars. The only thing to have a car that actually went and made a noise.
Yeah.
With matchbox cars, you had to make your own vroom.
And you had the whole collection of golden books at one time, didn't you?
Yes, I did. We did a lot of colouring in those days. In the Sunday papers, they had various competitions you'd go in for. And if Mum thought we were bored, she'd tell us to go and colour in, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have Chinese checkers and Twister and Ludo and Snakes and Ladders and Dominoes and Tiddlywinks. Hangman joined the dots, noughts and crosses.
You didn't spend much time outdoors playing cricket or footy.
No, I wasn't a sporting type. I was all fingers and toes and knees and bumps, and I never seemed to coordinate correctly.
Oh, well, maybe you didn't need to be athletic.
I think I needed to be a little bit. I was getting quite stocky toward the 14 department.
Oh, but still, all you were doing was working miles in the holidays and so on.
Well, it wasn't good workouts in the gym.
Didn't need to be fit for that.
Just working at Myers and going into the city baths with Ron Cady. Goodness me. That's the unmistakable tipper of John Mangosh roaring down that telecom phone line. John Deeks.
I'm still in the steam room with Ron Cady. Oh, hello, boys.
Hi, John.
I used to love putting a card with a peg on the back spokes of the bike and having that sound.
Yes.
But we were very poor.
That's all. We got a cigarette card.
Dearie me. Yeah. You had to smoke them first. And oh, boys, you are just so wonderful.
Now, what about Christmas morning? As you were a child, when you were a child, did you put a stocking up or? What did you do?
Yeah, absolutely. And I used to, because sworn I heard Santa come down the chimney, and it was just so much excitement to go out there. And there they were. The presents had arrived overnight. It was just marvelous. And as I grew older, I've been able to do the same as you have with your kids too.
Yes.
But I remember two specific Christmases that were very memorable. Was when we had our first baby. We had a tiny little house in South Melbourne, and we were so tired. The baby was born around Christmas time, and it was so tired that for Christmas lunch we had sausages and a litre and a half of Tarex lemonade, because we were just too tired to do anything else. And as time went on, we used to spend them down at Anglesey a lot. And I remember Surfboat Santa coming in onto the beach, coming out of the surfboat. It was terrifying because he had speedos on, but he had a beard, and it was it might have been Ron Cady. And he would come out of the boat, and all the kids would just go crazy, and then the CFA would drive around the Anglesey area, and I think they still do too, and have the siren going off and throwing the lollies, and it was just wonderful. It's a magical time.
And I was saying to Bruce, how hot those Christmases were back then, weren't they?
Was it hotter then? It seems that the days were much hotter than they were now, but we're supposed to be in global warming. I just don't get it.
Every car now has air conditioning. We didn't have nothing like that.
No. All those long drives from down at the beach. You get into the car and you couldn't even sit on the seats. Bruce and Phil, you remember, and Dad getting very cranky in the FJ, and sort of keeping all the windows down and anything for a bit of air, and then of course you'd be stuck on the road on the way home.
Oh, there was traffic jams.
Yeah, don't, kids, I'm warning you now. And then you'd lie in bed and you would be like a beetroot. You hadn't had any any suntan lotion on, and you'd be peeling. We don't seem to peel as much.
No, we don't peel, do we?
Skin was everywhere, God.
But you'd be so miserable on the beach, you'd stick in this beach umbrella with the prong and it'd blow away in the breeze. And
anyone could get poked on the beach. It was terrible. It was just flying up in the air because the winds would pick up in the afternoon.
Yes, that's right.
Skin flaking off. That was, I seem to recall that. I thought I had some sort of awful disease. I didn't know what was going on.
And so, when you were at school, did you have a job in the holidays as well, up to Christmas?
Yes, I went to Ripponlea State School, and so I went up to Mr. Dwyer, who was the local news agent, and I would deliver newspapers to all around the Eastern Kilda area, and then got a job delivering for the chemist, which was good fun, and so those were the kind of jobs that one did back in those days, riding a bike everywhere, and no helmet, of course, and
just to earn a bit of pocket money to buy those Christmas presents.
Exactly, and just saving up, then going up to Delgano's and in Glen Humphrey Road and buying something for Mum for Christmas, which she would always be so grateful for, but I'm sure she never needed or wanted. But that was just, God, it was good. I love listening to you guys talking about those presents, as you were saying, all those things that were so much part of our youth when we were just so excited to get those things, and going to the shops where you have the army disposals, and getting headphones and old microphones, which I used to love.
Yes, and a dagger.
That is so true.
Remember those foot-long daggers?
I don't know how we all survived.
No.
John Deeks, thanks. Are you still at 7 these days?
Yes, coming up now I started there doing game shows and voiceovers in 1977, and I'm still doing it. Hasn't my career kicked on?
No, it's been a marvelous... Well, yes, it has kicked on.
But no, I'm still doing exactly the same. All the bits and pieces that I've been doing all those years. I'm sort of the Pete Smith of 7. I wish I could emulate Pete's career. It'd be great.
No, you've had a great career and continued success too into the new year 2012. John Deeks.
God bless you, boys, and we need you desperately on radio, so keep it up.
Thank you, John, so very much.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Phil.
Thanks.